If you feel like you don't have games to play on your Nintendo Switch 2 right now, I've got a list of 20 games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as well as the Nintendo Switch in July, and I will be going through the prices, whether it's a key card or not, and all that fun stuff. Obviously, it's on the Nintendo Switch. It already has no key cards. You don't have to worry about that particular bit of information. So I've got this list, and as always, we'll be doing this tier list to show if I'm interested in these particular games or not. I did also add this already have category because a couple games on this list I do have review codes for, so there will be videos on those coming up, and I'll talk about that when we go over them. But let's get into the list. So starting with the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff, we have Donkey Kong Bonanza. We're going to talk about this one first because this one is looking fantastic. I'm actually really excited about Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Donkey Kong Bonanza is coming in at $70. Obviously, it's a Nintendo Switch 2 game that is made by Nintendo, so you don't have to worry about a key card there. It is fully on the cartridge. And Donkey Kong is going to be coming out July 17th. I was sold after the direct that they did on this game. It just looks like there's so much more to this game than what they showed initially at like the Treehouse events and the early trailers for this game. I'm super stoked on this particular game. I'm really keen. It looks like the Mario Odyssey team had some hand in actually getting this game put together. That's really cool as well. So really interested in Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's in the must play category. I have it pre-ordered already, but this is a must play game on this particular list for sure. Next up, we have Shadow Labyrinth, and Shadow Labyrinth is dropping July 18th, the day after Donkey Kong. And this is like this weird roguelite kind of looking Pac-Man game. There's like this action adventure aspect of it. Look, it reminds me of like Dead Cells or other side scroller action games like that, but Pac-Man is involved to some capacity. And honestly, this game is, I don't actually have it on my list. Nope, there it is. I have it pre-ordered. Now, one thing to note with Shadow Labyrinth is on the Nintendo Switch 2, it is a key card. However, there is a Switch version that gives you a free upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 version. So I actually pre-ordered this on my Nintendo Switch, and it will come in as a physical copy that I can then free upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 version, and that's my game plan for this game. So it is pre-ordered, but that's the route I'm going. This one's coming in at $30. Super Mario Party Jambori is the upgraded version of the previous version on the Nintendo Switch. It's adding things in like mouse control mini games, camera mini games. There's a bunch of stuff getting added content wise to Mario Party Jambori with this particular version. It is going to be $80 on the Nintendo Switch, but if you already have it on the Nintendo Switch, you can upgrade it to the Nintendo Switch 2 version for $20. So that is available if you do not already have this game. Super Mario Party Jambori is dropping July 24th. This one I will be picking up eventually. I'm gonna put it in the I think I'll wait for a sale. I'm not the biggest Mario Party person, so maybe when we get around to the holidays, you know, and we get some Black Friday sales, I'm gonna pick this one up then. But right now, I'm not interested in spending $80 on Mario Party. No Sleep for Koname Day. I genuinely have no idea what this game is. I talked about it in a previous video, and the trailer just showed me a whole lot of nothing. This one is going to be a key card as well, coming in at $40. No Sleep for Konami Day, that's July 25th. This one I'm not particularly interested in because I just know nothing about it, but it is available for those that are interested. The next one's a little bit interesting. It's Wise X Proud Nordics, coming out on July 31st. Now, it is worth noting that for Wise X Proud Nordics, it is going to be available on PlayAsia, and it is not region locked. You are able to play this on other consoles that aren't specific to the Asian regions, so you can get it from PlayAsia. They have it listed at $62 currently. And this game actually looks pretty interesting. It looks like kind of action adventure game. I'm gonna put it in the on the fence, mainly because I want to wait and see if they do a US release of this particular game. If there is a US release and I just couldn't find any information on it, leave a comment below. But currently I can only find that it's coming out as an Asian release, so let me know. But that one looks interesting. If they do a US release, I would be more keen on picking that one up. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming out on July 11th, and this one is a code in a box. It's a freaking code in a box, so just be aware of that when you go to pick this one up at the store. If you choose to do so, it is a code in a box. It's not even a key card. So $70 for the deluxe edition, $50 for the base edition. This game looks cool. I would pick this one up digitally though, because again, it's a code in a box. For me, it's gonna go in the wait for a sale category. I like these games. It's not something I need day one, so I'll probably pick this one up a little bit later down the road. Currently, the first game, the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2, is on sale right now on the Nintendo Switch Summer Sale, so that might be worth checking out if you're interested. And then finally, we have Wild Heart S coming out on July 25th. This is another key card situation, and this one I'm actually interested in picking up. I'm thinking I'm going to put it in the pre-ordered category because I think I'm going to end up picking this one up on the Switch 2 digitally. because it's a Monster Hunter-esque game, and I'm just keen to see. This is a very graphically nice game on other platforms, so I kind of want to see what it's going to look like on the Nintendo Switch 2. So maybe there will be a review for that coming a bit later. But once again, that one's coming in at $50. Not too bad, honestly. I'm not upset at the price point for that one. Now we're moving on to the games that are on the Nintendo Switch as well as the Nintendo Switch 2. And the first one that we have is Patapon 1+2 Replay, coming out on July 11th at $30. This includes Patapon 1 and Patapon 2 in a remastered form, and I am actually going to put this one in a on the fence category. For 30 bucks, 2 games, that's kind of nice. Maybe we'll wait for a sale for that particular game, but that is nice that one is making the jump over. Then we have Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact coming July 16th, $60, and I know nothing about Hunter x Hunter. I've never watched the anime. I'm not really into fighting games all that much. So for me personally, this one's just in the not interested category, but it is coming very soon. For those that are interested and are fans of the anime, might be something worth checking out. Then we have The Wandering Village on the eShop only, coming July 17th at $27, which is actually on sale at that price at $27. This is like a village builder game on the back of this like giant, it kind of looks like a turtle. It just reminds me of a turtle because it kind of looks like you're building the village on a shell, but the game actually looks kind of interesting. Building up this civilization looks like there's some sort of maybe combat-esque scenarios that are involved based on the trailers that I've seen for this particular game. It does look very interesting. I really like the art style and the concept of you building this village up on the turtle, whatever animal this thing is. It looks pretty cool. For me, I think I'm gonna put this in the wait for a sale category at this particular moment. There's a lot of games coming out right now and a lot of stuff that I'm already working on, so this one, as cool as it looks, is not something that I'm like ready to rush and pick up right away, so I'm gonna put it in the wait for a sale category. Misc: A Tiny Tale is a platformer coming out to the eShop. This one is going to come out on July 22nd at $20, and this one is really cool looking. Honestly, the art style is fantastic. The inspiration that you're getting from this game with things like, it reminds me a lot of Pikmin as far as the design choices, that is, you're like these tiny robots with all this like landscape around you. Really cool. I already have a review code for a Misc: A Tiny Tale, so there will be a review coming. I don't want to spoil too much, so there is going to be a review coming for that particular game a little bit down the line. Fang and Flora is another one coming to the eShop at $7, and this one is a arcadey style game where you're playing as the son and daughter of Dracula, and you're protecting the garden from insects that are trying to eat the vegetables and things like that in the garden. And this one is really cool looking. It has a really nice art style about it, and the gameplay loop looks incredibly fun. You can buy traps and stuff to make your runs more efficient by collecting gold, by completing the levels. It looks pretty interesting, and I can safely say I already have a review code for that particular game as well, so there will be a review for that one. But at $7, this one definitely one to keep your eye on. Tales of the Shire: A Lord of the Rings game is coming. This one's coming in at $35, and I am actually really excited for this particular game. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and this is like a cozy life sim Animal Crossing game set in the Shire, in the Lord of the Rings universe. That is really cool to me. There's different seasons. You're able to decorate your hobbit hole, all that cool stuff. I am actually going to put this on the must play category for me personally. I'm very excited for this particular game. Bendy and the Dark Revival is coming out July 11th, and at $30. This game actually kind of caught my attention. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one actually caught my attention a little bit because it has the horror elements that I really like out of games. I'm really into horror games, and it's really interesting. I've never played the Bendy series, but after watching this trailer, I'm actually gonna put this one in the pre-order. It's coming in at $30, and I think I'm actually gonna pick it up because it looks really fun. Monument Valley 3 is coming to the Switch as well on July 22nd at $18, and that one is actually on sale at that $18 price point. This one is a very cool art style with it kind of has this like puzzle solving aspect to it. You're taking the character from one end of the level to the next by changing the patterns or the locations of certain platforms throughout this environment that you're in. This game is already available on other platforms as well, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is on even on Netflix gaming service, and I believe Monument Valley 1 and 2 are available on mobile devices, and I've heard good things about this series. I'm actually going to put this one in an on the fence category. I'm kind of tempted to pick this one up because it looks like just a really cozy puzzle solving game that I think would be nice to like wind down at the end of the day with. So I think I'm gonna put that in the on the fence category. Day of the Shell is coming out as well. That one's coming on July 29th and $15. This one is a roguelite that is basically every move you make is a turn in the game, so you really have to be strategic and careful with the moves that you are making while playing through, because every time you do something, everything else is going to be reacting. It's kind of an interesting concept, and I think it sounds really cool. I'm gonna put this in the on the fence category. I really like the art style. The gameplay loop sounds pretty interesting to me personally, so that one's definitely one to keep your eye on because it actually sounds pretty neat. Ion Shift is coming on July 31st, and this one's coming in at $6. And this one is one that I definitely have my eye on. You are playing a 2D platformer as this little xenomorph looking alien creature, and it looks like it's going to be very difficult actually, like as far as the levels are concerned. Gonna be tricky to actually pull off the maneuvers and take out these guards that are trying to stop you on your rampage. It looks sick, and at $6, I'm putting that in the must play category. I am very keen to check out Ion Shift because it just looks super cool, right up my alley. Has the horror elements, but you're playing as the monster and you look like a xenomorph, which gives it bonus points. I'm all for that. Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition is coming to the Nintendo Switch as well. This one is coming on July 15th at $27, currently on sale on the eShop at that $27 price point. And this one, if you're a Dungeons & Dragons fan, there are hundreds of hours of content here at your disposal. I believe there are 3 expansion packs included with this particular game, so there's a lot of content to sink your teeth into with this game. For me personally, I'm not interested. I don't have time right now for a 100+ hour game, but if you're into that style game, definitely want to keep your eye on it. It looks really solid. Hogtie is coming July 10th at $13. This looks like a cute little puzzle game that's coming to the Switch, and basically you are a cowboy using your lassos to move the pigs around, and you can only move the pigs with the lassos, so you kind of have to be careful with your movements to get the pigs moved around. This one is cute. I'm going to put it in the on the fence category at $13. Might be worth picking up, but again, there's a lot of games coming out right now, so very busy right now. So this one's probably going to get put on the back burner as something, maybe if it's on sale or something. So for me, not going to pick it up right away, if at all, but on the fence. And then finally we have No Heroes Here 2, and this one actually looks pretty cool. Coming out on July 1st. This one is a $15 game on sale right now. It's $14.92, but I wasn't gonna say $14.92. It's on sale, just shy of $15. This one actually looks cool. You can play co-op or online with friends, and this is like a tower defense game, and I really like the art style. I really like the concept of it, and at $15, this one is definitely one I'm going to keep my eye on. I'm going to put it in the on the fence category. Definitely looks like it could be a really good time. Kind of gives me I want to say it's like it gives me Castle Clashers vibe, but it just has that kind of goofy art style that Castle Clashers does, or Castle Crashers. I can't even talk. Castle Crashers has. So it reminds me of that, but obviously that's a very different style game, but the goofiness of the game reminds me of that. So I'm gonna have it in the on the fence category, and it is on sale for $15, so it's kind of tempting to maybe pick that one up. But that is it for the list of games coming out in July on the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as the Nintendo Switch, that you can keep your eye out for. Let me know if I missed any throughout this video. If there's an extra one that's coming out that you're interested in that I did not mention here, I did leave a couple of the games that looked a little bit more shovelware off this particular list. Let me know that in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments below any of these games that you're interested in picking up for your Nintendo Switch or your Nintendo Switch 2, because there's some good ones here. There's some good looking games here that I'm pretty keen on checking out later this month. So let me know all that. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, because it helps me out, helps the video out, and helps the channel out immensely. But until next time, peace.